Okay, first of all, I'm just gonna address the elephant in the room. Why am I in a different set every single video? My last video, I was, if I'm not mistaken, I was just in the basement as usual. Usually I'm in the basement, but now I'm in like a, I don't even know where what is this? This is obviously a construction site. Let's talk about a band that I really want to talk about. Now, I listened to their most popular album on stream, and I was going in expecting it to be some kind of silly junk, some garbage. But I was actually surprised when I realized that this was some of the most fun I've had listening to the album for about a few months now. And in the ways that they shape and form their music really define their sound and their style. I'm of course talking about Ween. Now, if you know anything about Ween, or if you've just heard them from like the past few months, you may know Ween very directly inspired the likes of SpongeBob and did the very popular song. I don't even know if it's released or not. I'm gonna have to fact check that. Called "Where's the Cheese?" For I'm pretty sure it's either Pizza Hut or Little Caesars. Little Caesars. So Ween is a pretty popular band, but it's not just from their commercial debuts. It's also from their very unique and out there style. The two members of this band, Gina and Diener, both are very eccentric and out there. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about, in my opinion, what their best album is, Quebec. Now, I say that it's their best album, but I don't know if that's the case for sure, because I've only really listened to Quebec from front to back. I know, crucified, all right? Because I haven't listened to the Mollusk yet, even though I've heard it was just, you know, a whole bunch of underwater themed songs that, I mean, I probably might like. And I haven't heard the album where it's like a white bell pepper. I also haven't heard the album where it's, I'm pretty sure it's like called Chocolate and Cheese, which sounds disgusting. That's a horrible food combo. But nevertheless, on stream, I listened to Quebec, the album. Design for you guys. And today we're gonna go into all the tracks, and I'm gonna see just how much I really like this. Trust me, I like it. I like this album. Also, one thing before we start, I was looking through the Genius annotated lyrics to like get some lore for some of these songs, but the annotations for some of these songs are like literally just brain dead.
We're about to do some illegal shit tonight.
I think this is
pretty homoerotic.
Track 1, It's Gonna Be a Long Night, starts off just intense. Such a wild start to this album. Almost reminds me of Viagra Boys. You know, I'm pretty sure Ween almost inspired them because they sound so similar. If you listen to Cave World by Viagra Boys, specifically the track Baby Criminal, you're gonna get the same kind of vibe. Even, you know, the lead singer's voice from Cave World matches up with this song, basically night and day. So once I realized the influences that this album, or that other albums took from Quebec, it really excited me to see what they're gonna do from this track forward. But the track itself mainly consists of just having a night of pure debauchery and sin, taking speed, cocaine, every single drug you could think of. Like literally the lyrics are, you bring the razor blades, I'll bring the speed. The cops can't help you, fool. Don't call your mother, don't call your priest, don't call the doctor, call the police. Like it's such a wild start to this album, and I really think it's one of the best tracks off this album. And it contrasts heavily with track 2, Zoloft, which is a very smooth and vibrant, almost psychedelic, just slow track. It's a really slow and psychedelic song that I really enjoy, with those synths in the background, those arpeggiated synths, making it such a vibrant, nice listen. I don't really know, you know, what else to say about it. It's just a very nice song. Track 3, oh my god. Track 3, Transdermal Celebration, refers to the celebration of drug usage, if I'm not mistaken, and it's likened to that of nuclear war. So the idea of transdermal celebration means transdermal is like a needle going into your body, and celebration would probably be, you know, like the glorification of that. So what I'm getting from that is it's glorified drug use. In the same way, maybe war was glorified because they mentioned green sand on the reef, jets flew in and stuff. One of the Genius annotated lyrics say, oh yeah, they were probably referring to jets as the aircraft and not the football team. So take of that as what you will. I think it's jet. But the solo on this, my friend, he was on this stream. I'm not gonna say his actual name. I'm saying his username. His name is Breeze. He told me that this solo was originated by Diener and Gina going into a studio while without permission and recording the solo extremely quickly as to not get caught by other people. So that's kind of cool. That voice is amazing. Ooh, this album's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Wow, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. I don't even know how you could do that solo on Transdermal Celebration without getting caught because of how amazing and vibrant it is. You know, you're gonna attract at least 3 or 4 producers into that room just by playing. But you know, that's neither here nor there. What is track 4? I forgot track 4's name. Hey, Among His Tribe is track 4 on this album, and it's a very slow, very nice, calm, soft song with these very, you know, subtle guitar, you know, melodies playing in the background. These nice vocals pairing really nicely with the overall vibe of the song. I think Among His Tribe is a pretty good track. Kind of falls into the background for me because the highlights on this album are so good, but nevertheless, even the more subtle cuts on this album still have a lot of intensity when it comes to just vibrancy, and you know, it really sounds like they really cared. Among His Tribe is very good. All right, track 5 took some getting used to from me. This one's called So Many People in the Neighborhood, and it how do I even put this? It sounds like you know those Quandale Dingle memes from around like 2 years ago, where there was just like random screaming in the background. So it would like the lyrics are like really pitched down, and it's like so many people in the neighborhood. Just like random slaps and shit for no reason, and I kind of like it. I don't know how it fits into like the pacing of the album for me, but it's really unique. You know, I think it's a pretty unique song. I can't really think of another song like it besides the other tracks on this album. But So Many People in the Neighborhood, it's definitely a track. Pretty good too. Tried and True, track 6, is the most popular song off this entire album. Really good track. I don't even know what you know, if there's any much more to say about this track. Just a really nice rock, not prog. It's just a nice song. It's a good song, and I like it. Sue me. Put me up on the stake. All right, track 7 also took some getting used to from me. Happy Colored Marbles probably has one of the weirdest but also catchiest like choruses. It's like really weird, but I mess with it heavily. And that's like kind of like most of these songs, you know. Even the next track after this, Hey There Fancypants, also kind of has this goofy little vibe to it that I actually really like. I'm pretty sure the Pretty Colored Marbles are referring to drugs, because there's a lot of like themes of drug use on this album. So that's just like, I'm just putting the pieces together in my brain. That's just what it could mean for me. It might mean something entirely different. I know I'm not gonna look at Genius for any help. I mean, literally one of them just, never mind. I don't even want to get to it. I already did the joke. I'm not gonna do the joke again. God, I don't know. Hey There Fancypants kind of reminds me of something like Tally Hall would make. Maybe Tally Hall was influenced by Ween. I have no clue when Tally Hall was popular, but I know Ween's album Quebec was released in 2003, so it probably influenced a lot of things in the past 21 years. This album is old enough to drink. This album is much older than me. Just very simple synths, you know. Hey There Fancypants is a good song. As wacky as it is, I really do like it. Fits the album quite nice. Captain is kind of like, and Breeze said this too, it's kind of like you're stranded alone at sea, you know? You're just drifting through the ocean, you know? Tides are hitting the side of your ship, and it's raining heavily. And as you sit there on the side of the front deck, you're just sitting there, and that song's playing in the background, and it's dusk. It's almost pitch dark out. That's the exact vibe I'm getting. I'll make like a little illustration or something if I have the time or even begin to care enough. But Captain Take Me Home. Very good track. Very vibe. Has a lot of vibe. I don't know if you noticed this, but I like music that has, you know, a theme and that exploits that theme to like the highest degree. And Ween is doing that perfectly with this album. Quebec sounds like not much that of like, it doesn't sound similar to anything I've heard before. My closest comparison would be Viagra Boys in the way that they just switch up like themes of their tracks while also keeping it kind of wacky. But even then, you're just kind of pushing a little bit, you know? It's just a nice track, you know? At some point, I need to like stop explaining like how this music sounds, because it sounds so subtle, so smooth. The lyrics match well, and the lyrics have a lot of meaning. Breeze also told me this, but apparently Chocolate Town is referencing a very weird town somewhere in America that has a lot of drug usage. Do not quote me on that. I will fix up whatever I say in the future, but do not quote me on that, because I'm not sure. But let's keep going. Chocolate Town is an amazing track, one of my favorites off this album, and I think Chocolate Town is a very good track you need to listen to right now. Stop this video and go listen to that track right now, and then come back and finish the video, because I need that watch hour. I need those watch hours right now. I Don't Want It has this very smooth and sad guitar playing through the background. The vocals match with very nicely, you know. There's not really much to say about this track, but it's just another one of those smooth ones that really just have your, you know, your head. Oh, it sounds so nice, you know. It's just one of those early 2000s like choruses where the singing just hits just right. Hits just right. Okay, This is the only track I can't listen to. All right, this one's called The Fucked Jam. This one, I get it. You know, experimental kind of stuff is right down my alley. But, you know, I was expecting some kind of lyrics or something. This is literally just like a really like weird synth just playing in the background with this like hard bass. I do like it. It's just not something I would actually listen to. This is the only song in the album I don't have added to like any playlist because I just can't. It is good art though. I like it. But I don't like it enough to like put it on any playlist. Alkin Road kind of has like that same kind of grandness that you would hear from like King Crimson or something like that. That's kind of like the similarity that I'm pulling with this one. Alkin Road is just really like one of the more darker tracks, not necessarily in the like verbiage, but in like the general tone, you know? It's a very subtle track, and I like it heavily. Alkin Road, good. Oh God, can I finish this recording before my camera overheats? Let's find out. Okay, I'm gonna have to hurry up. The Argus starts off very slow, but then it just goes into this break, and it sounds like carnival rides. With talking about flower beds, garlic, and orchids, the Argus was depicted in either Greek or Roman culture as somebody who has a lot of compassion, you know, and he goes to bed and he cries because he let down man. That's the story that's being told in the Argus. And the guitar and the piano and the synth hit just right. It sounds like you're going on one of those little swing rides in the carnival where when you're being swung like 10 feet in the air over and over again and your head's just like tilting. It sounds just like that. So trust me on that. And then we're gonna go to the last track. If you could save yourself, in parenthesis, you would save us all. Now the beat drop on this one is just amazing. And the lyrics get so vibrant with everything coming to a grand upstanding at the very end of the album. And as soon as I heard that very last part on stream, it all made sense to me. And I realized just how good this album was. Keep in mind, I listened to this album on the same stream I listened to Brat by Charlie XCX, and I liked this album more. And Charlie XCX's Brat was a brilliant album, which I will be making a video on, by the way. So yes, please listen to this album. If you have not listened to this album, listen to it. And Diener and Jeaner, I don't know what they're doing right now. I haven't listened to any of their new stuff. I don't even know if they have new stuff. But you guys did a fantastic job all the way back in 2003. And I'm just another music critic, and I'll see you guys later.